We're going to use synthetic division to factor polynomials completely. And with this polynomial, you'll say, hey, the constant term at the end is an 8. So whatever I try, it better be a factor of 8. All right, so I could use 1 or 2 or 4 or 8, or the negatives, negative 1, negative 2, negative 4, negative 8. So I'm going to try the number 1, right? Like, hey, maybe 1 is going to work. Right, of course, I had 1x to the third minus 5x squared plus 2x plus 8. So that's why I've got the 1, negative 5, 2, 8. And I'm going to try 1. So I drop, multiply, 1 times 1 is 1. Add, negative 5 plus 1 is negative 4. Multiply, 1 times negative 4 is negative 4. Add, 2 plus negative 4 is negative 2. Multiply 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. Add 8 plus negative 2 is 6. Uh-oh, that's a remainder, right? 6 is a remainder. So 1 is not a root, and x minus 1 is not a factor. So I'm going to try 2. All right? And again, I'm going to drop. So I drop the 1, multiply. 2 times 1 is 2. Add, negative 5 plus 2 is negative 3. Multiply, 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. Add, I get negative 4. Multiply, I get negative 8. Add, we get 0. Holy cow, there is no remainder. So 2 is a root, and therefore x minus 2 is a factor. So if I wanted to continue the factor, I know one of the factors is x minus 2. And then the bottom line, that 1, negative 3, negative 4, that tells me I've got 1x squared minus 3x minus 4. Of course, I'll make 2 sets of parentheses. I know x times x makes the x squared. The negative on the 4 tells me the signs do not match. The negative on the 3 says the larger number will have the negative. So I'm thinking, okay, well, I can do 2 times 2 or 1 times 4. Well, I need 1 times 4 because I have to come up with that 3. Or specifically, 1 times negative 4 makes a negative 4. 1 subtract 4 gets me negative 3. So that worked out. Now notice what happened. I could have tried 4. And I can do my drop, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add. Right, and I go through. And I could have found that 4 happens to be a root. And so I could have had x minus 4 as my factor. Notice that as I go and complete the factoring, I still end up with an x plus 1 and x minus 2 and x minus 4. If I tried 8, you'll notice that as I go through synthetic division, I have a whoppingly huge remainder of 216. So obviously 8 would not have been a root, and therefore x minus 8 would not have been a factor. If I tried negative 1 and I go through this, surprise, no remainder, so it works out. So x plus 1 is a factor, and then the rest of it has to be with the x squared minus 6x plus 8. And of course, if I factor that, I end up with x plus 1, x minus 2, x minus 4. Again, that's the correct answer. If I try negative 2 and I go through, nope, there's a remainder, so negative 2 is not a root. If I try negative 4, nope, pretty much a disaster. And of course, if I try negative 8, this will not work out either. Right? So there's 3 different numbers that worked because, of course, there were 3 different factors, right? The x to the third power. So synthetic division, and if you can find one of the roots with synthetic division, that will tell you what one of the factors is. And then the last line in the synthetic division will let you know how to try and find the other factors.